So what is up, guys? It's Impulse here. I wanted to make a quick video talking about my thoughts on the Lantern show. I love DC Comics, and I was very excited to hear about a Lantern show happening. But if you've been online, you can see that there's like so much controversy surrounding the show. For one, they're describing it as a terrestrial and very grounded show. Another thing is that Hal Jordan looks very old. If you look at the actor's contracts, apparently he's only contracted for the season, so probably not going to get Hal Jordan in future seasons, and he may die off this show. I don't know what's going to happen. And then also, obviously, one of the writers kind of came out and was like, oh, we dropped green from the show title because it was stupid. So people were really upset with this, and I just kind of wanted to weigh in with my thoughts here. Personally, I'm still extremely excited for the show. I mean, the trailer looked great. It looks like it's going to be great writing. Now, again, if I could design my Green Lantern show from the ground up, would I want it to be a spacefaring kind of space opera type show? 100%. But, I mean, 5 years ago, when James Gunn first announced like the Gods and Monsters Chapter 1, he described the show as a terrestrial-based show where they're uncovering a secret to a greater DC threat. And so I went into this show knowing, hey, this is going to be not a space opera. This is going to be terrestrial and grounded. And I think that, Green Lantern, even though a lot of his stuff is space opera, some of his best moments are those grounded moments. I mean, you're reading like comics like Hard Traveling Heroes, the Green Arrow and Green Lantern set of stories, and some of the best moments on there are literally just them moving around to those small towns and shooting the shit. I also think that, for better or worse, we've gotten Guy Gardner and Superman do really cool Lantern stuff, and so people that are really worried, they're like, hey, they're not going to do cool Lantern things. A, I think they are going to do cool Lantern things, and B, even if this show isn't the most like action-packed with the Green Lantern rings, I know we're going to get it in future television and movies. In fact, the guy Aaron Pierre, I think, who's playing Jon Stewart, literally just got cast in Man of Tomorrow. And so if they have one season of Lanterns where it's a grounded show, where it's building up these characters, only for them to do cool shit in future series and movies, I think that's really cool. And again, I totally understand how you could be upset with that, but I also think people are overreacting so much before they even get into the show. I mean, one of the huge insults with Marvel is that all their movies and TV shows are alike, right? Like, you have these superhero universes where you can do all these different genres with them, and all the Marvel stuff kind of blends together. But, I mean, at least with DC, this show looks completely different from Peacemaker. It looks completely different from, I'm sure, what we'll get with Clayface. It looks completely different from Superman, completely different to Creature Commandos. And I honestly think it's going to be I honestly think people are going to sleep on this show until it comes out. And I also have another theory where I think that, because obviously the writer who said we dropped the green because it was stupid came out and was like, hey, I was joking around on a podcast. I've loved Green Lantern for so long, specifically Hal Jordan. I really think that the reason why it's called Lanterns is because maybe it's going to be teased at this season, but I really think we're going to see Red Lanterns. I think we're going to see, obviously, Sinestro's cast. So that was another thing. People were upset. They're like, there's going to be no aliens. Like he said, he doesn't talk to any of the aliens. One of them is a squirrel, blah, 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 Kilowog, whatever. It's guys, Sinestro is literally cast in this. Obviously, there's going to be aliens in this to a certain degree. And again, there's going to be aliens in this future on, right? This is setting up the character. Now, the criticism I identify with the most is making Hal Jordan old, because I think that a lot of people, probably most people, identify with Hal Jordan as being the main Green Lantern. I think that's fair to say. My personal favorite's probably Kyle Rayner. However, there's people that love Jon Stewart, people that love the Guy Gardner, people that love, all the different Lanterns. However, Hal Jordan probably has the biggest fan base, right? Now, there's a couple things. I am going to be disappointed if we don't get if Hal Jordan dies off this show and he's never seen again in the DC universe, or he's not impactful in the DC universe. Moving forward, I'm going to be sad. However, I think there's a lot of things we got to realize. Number one, James Gunn said that the DC universe is not going to be like a linear story, right? So there are going to be linear stories. However, like 5 years down the line, we might get a TV show. Oh, excuse me. A TV show that is back in time, right? So just because Hal Jordan is old in this doesn't mean we will never get like a flashback movie or a movie, or I'm sorry, a TV series, right? It does not mean that they won't just, hey, cast a younger actor to tell a story from before the Lanterns TV show. Another thing is, it really had me thinking, because I was reading back on some of the Kyle Rayner compendiums, which has the arc of Hal Jordan turning into Parallax the first time. And when you look at Hal Jordan back then, he had those wisps of gray hair, only in Rebirth for him to be reborn. Where when he is reborn after the Spectre, it's some of the greatest stories in Hal Jordan's entire history. And so, just because Hal Jordan's old in this and dies, maybe dies in this season, doesn't mean that moving forward, there won't be a Hal Jordan that is somehow resurrected, just like in the comics, to tell those crazy stories. And it also doesn't mean that we wouldn't get flashback stories to Hal Jordan in the past. For instance, like if they introduced an older Green Arrow into this, you could get that hard traveling heroes story. And so I think, obviously let me know in the comments, but I mean, my takeaway is like, let's just wait and see till the show comes out. I can see a lot of ways that this show could take a turn for the worse and be really bad. And I can see also a lot of ways that this show could be really cool in the start of something brand new for Lantern fans. I mean, just 10 years ago when, there's shit going on with the DC. If you would fast forward, and again, my apologies. my allergies are crazy right now. But if just 10 years ago you had told me, hey, we're going to have two main Lanterns that are Guy Gardner and John Stewart, and they're going to be great, I would have been so excited even back then. And now it's like, oh my gosh, there's only one movie out. We need to have every single Lantern established. It's like, let's just slow roll, wait to see what happens, because I honestly think that this show could turn out to be really good. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I coping? Am I James Gunn fanboy? Am I, being too optimistic? Let me know in the comments, guys. Thank you.